Today on the channel, we bring the heat, the Latino heat that is, with WWE Ultimate Edition, Eddie Guerrero.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Ultimate Edition unboxing and review. And today on the channel, no stranger to the Ultimate Edition line. Once again, we got Eddie Guerrero, but for all your Eddie Guerrero needs and a whole lot more, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there, and shipping right now for Ringside. These are just hot off the truck for me here. We're going to dive into this one. We'll do Uncle Howdy and Tiffany Stratton as well, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, check out all the videos, all that fun stuff. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. As I said, Eddie Guerrero, no stranger to the line. I believe, what, third Ultimate Edition now? This is a pretty good looking one here in purple, though. We got 3 heads with him. Looks like we got the cowbell and the bull rope with this one. Of course, his hot blood feud for sure with JBL. Got the t-shirt, and I believe there's a variant edition where the shirt's the other way around, if I'm not mistaken. So you hardcores out there, you know what to do. You know what to do. And then we got all the extra hands down here as well. Old Latino Heat himself, looking pretty good. Can you imagine if he was around still today? If he was still wrestling, or kind of like Rey Mysterio still hanging around wrestling. I guess Rey still wrestles too. But with Dominic Mysterio and everything, I mean, there would be so much more they could do with that. And they're doing a lot with Dominic, as we do know. But to put Eddie in the mix, man, it would have been something special, wouldn't it? Never going to know, though, that's for sure. Eddie Guerrero. And then on the back, we got the glamour shot of the man. We got the glamour shot of the figure. We got the tail of the tape. We got the blurb. Let's see what it says about one Eddie Guerrero. 5'8" from El Paso, Texas. Oh, baby. Top and front, any El Paso memories from you? Really? Oh, he said he had one of the greatest Mexican meals of your life. Really? What did you get? A chalupa at Taco Bell. Okay, I don't know if those El Paso Texans would appreciate that down there, but apparently he had the best Mexican food of his life, a chalupa from Taco Bell in El Paso, Texas. So if you live in El Paso, you better check out that Taco Bell. Finisher, the dreaded Frog Splash, career highlights, WWE Champion, WWE Hall of Famer. By 2004, Eddie Guerrero had lied, cheated, and stolen his way all the way to the top of the mountain. But you know, one thing that isn't said very often, it should have been said probably back on here, he also lied, cheated, and stole his way into our hearts. Right deep in here. Right deep in here is where he came, and he still lives forever right in here somewhere. But shout out to Eddie Guerrero right there. He successfully defended the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 20, battled in a brutal Texas bull rope match at the Great American Bash, and feuded with Kurt Angle from SummerSlam through Survivor Series. Nobody in the WWE Universe could resist his Latino heat, just like Todd McFarlane traveling through El Paso, Texas. Couldn't miss out on that chalupa. We know how that goes. Nobody can resist it. But Eddie, an all-timer. Of course, my first introduction to Eddie Guerrero would have been Worlds Collide once upon a time, and then into ECW and magazines, PWI and stuff. And then, of course, his WCW run into his WWE run. So, like a lot of people, I followed him from earlier in his career. And I guess if you watched some of the Lucha Libre back in the day, you followed him even longer, of course. But let's dive into it, see what's going on with Mr. Eddie Guerrero here. Latino heat on that side. Viva la Raza. Something I try to live by every single day is Viva la Raza, of course. And behind the back, skyhook style. See you later, goodbye. Plastic prison time for old Latino heat. And I can feel those twist ties, like Todd feeling those chalupa bags right there. Looking good. And let's free him. Let's free him from this plastic prison. How about extra plasticky, extra prison-y, extra twist tie-y? Oh my gosh, twist ties on the legs, twist ties on the hands, twist ties on our hearts too, of course, as we know as well. Pop that head out, that head. Got the old bull rope, very, very cool. And I love that bloodbath match. Him and JBL both bled buckets of blood. See you later, goodbye. We remember fondly those matches there. And that one where Eddie against, was it Eddie versus Brock, where Eddie really went crazy bleeding. I think he's had a few times, a few gushers over the years, of course. But shout out to Eddie Guerrero, that's for sure. But there it is. Oh, one hand sticking by. Bam! See you later. Let's get down to business here. Let's start it off with old Eddie Guerrero. Let's start with the hands. How about? We get 2 gripping hands out of the package. We get the old Latino Heat signature hands. They could be the Randy Orton hands if you really want them to be, but he's giving you one of those kind of things. Like a young Randy Orton, of course. 2 fists of fury when the Latino Heat boils over. You got to have those fists. Then you got the open hands here. The old Ricochet hands, we called them once upon a time. All the hands, of course, got the white tape on it for Eddie Guerrero. We do get the Latino sheets. Yeah, the Latino sheets. That's what Todd's laying in on over there on the couch. But it is Latino Heat. We get the shirt here. Now, it is like a real shirt. No Velcro or anything like that. It says addicted to the heat on the front or back. I guess it could be either side, I guess. But I think this is supposed to be the front. Latino Heat right there. Black and white attack. He's definitely had better shirts over the years, but it's okay. It is what it is. But he's addicted to the heat. Like those spicy chalupas you got at Taco Bell. Man, that heat. Ooh, you get some of that fire sauce, Todd? It's dangerous. Dangerous. Now, we have seen this bull rope. Very cool. Of course, old-time wrestling fans remember the old bull rope matches and obviously Eddie Guerrero and stuff. But you could slip your hands right in there. Very cool to do that. And then you got that cowbell in the middle. Just a dangerous game. A dangerous game. Now, we saw this with Cody Rhodes defining moments not too long ago. Cool to get this. You know they're going to get the most out of your molds, and it makes sense to put it with this Eddie Guerrero for sure. But now, diving into old Latino Heat himself, Eddie Guerrero, we're going to start it off with this head sculpt out of the package. You got the blonde highlights in the hair looking good. Eddie sometimes had really blonde highlights going on. Gave him a little extra dose of pizzazz is what that did, if you ask me. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and a smiling face. Got those teeth going on, got that goatee there. A very good Eddie Guerrero here. Looks just like Eddie Guerrero to me. Now, second head, a little bit more sly. No teeth showing on this one, but he does got a little bit of that lip going up. Not terribly different than the first head here, really. It's just basically the mouth is closed. So that's the difference between the two. I think between these two, I do prefer the head that is on there. Last, but certainly not least, it is Eddie with all the expression here. He's fully expressive with the mouth wide open. A little tongue right there, Todd McFarlane. And then you got the highlights in all 3 heads here, of course. Looking good. So for me personally, it's going to be the head out of the package or the screaming, yelling head. Going to have to make a decision. But now, diving into Eddie Guerrero here, and Eddie looking very, very good. Not the super jacked body we got in that first Eddie Guerrero. That was a pretty rough one, as we do remember. This body size a little bit better for Eddie, I do feel. White wrist tape down into the hand tape, of course. No shirt on right now, but you can't put the shirt on. Or you can leave it off. You can choose your own shirt adventure. Now, with the Ultimate Editions, we do know the arms do pop off, so it makes it a little easier to put the shirt on and off. So we do get that. I guess articulation, since we're talking it, might as well do it. You got the butterfly shoulder, arms all the way around, a little bicep cut action, double jointed, pinless elbows. Playing all the hits right here with Eddie Guerrero. Hands back and forth, side to side, head back and forth, side to side, hula hoop up top, plus traditional waist. Got those big Latino Heat splits there, and then, of course, drop down hip style down here. You can even do a little salsa if you want him to with those. We do get the drop down hips, thigh cut, leg goes up, no real issues there. Double jointed, pinned knees. Don't like my Ultimates pinned. Interesting, got pinned knees right there. You do get the boot cut going on, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. And then, of course, that toe articulation. They're doing it for Todd. Doing it for Todd on the couch. Love the boots on there. You got the flame effect going on. Kind of a mustardy color against the black. Looking very good. Nice purple tights on this one here. You got the cross in there. You got the flames. You got Latino on his butt right there. Very cool Eddie Guerrero pants on this one. A very, very good looking Eddie Guerrero. This might be the best Ultimate Edition Eddie Guerrero figure we've got so far. Could it be the best Eddie Guerrero figure we've got from Mattel so far? I'd have to sit and do the math for a little bit. But I do like this one. I like the size. I like the feel. I like the color. I like the look. The accessories are really good. There's a lot to like about this Eddie Guerrero, and he should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Using discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Mr. Guerrero right there. Of course, shipping now from Ringside Collectibles. And I do got his villainary opponent here. They're going to square off, of course, JBL. Ready to go. Ready to take on all comers is what they're really ready to do. But looks good here. Size-wise, looks good to me. JBL's a guy we need an Ultimate from. I really think it's time to get an Ultimate JBL. Not sure exactly where he'd go, but I'm here for one. Hopefully that happens one day. We'll see. But we do got Eddie Guerrero's of the past. I do got that Monday Night War Eddie Guerrero right there. And then we got that one we were talking about earlier. Addicted to the Heat, Latino Heat. Same shirt? Oh, same shirt, but different. But different. It's got him in a shirt on this one, where he's bare-chested on this one. So similar, but different between those two shirts. I'm sure he had both those merchandising shirts once upon a time. Very cool of Mattel to give us a yin and yang, because they probably could have just re-released this one and we would have been cool with it, but they gave us something different there. So kudos to the Mattel team on that. But a very good Eddie Guerrero. And I guess I do got the Lucha Lowrider on clearance everywhere right now for old, of course, Rey Mysterio. But you know everybody's going to be putting Eddie Guerrero in this bad boy. Eddie ready to just take on all comers in this one as well. But cool to get some of these vehicles from Mattel. It would be great to get a limousine, maybe a JBL limousine with some bullhorns on the end in the future. Would love to see something like that. I still got a few of those wrecking vehicles I need to unbox on the channel. Maybe one day we'll get around to it. Maybe Kyle Peterson 2.0. We'll see what happens in the future. But cool to get the lowrider here. And of course, you can add Eddie Guerrero to this for a little extra pizzazz with your Latino Heat figures. But there it is. Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat Ultimate Edition rides again in more ways than one. What's your guys' thoughts? You picking up this Eddie Guerrero? You need this Eddie Guerrero in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day. And then some, of course, 2 YouTube channels to keep you busy, and a Patreon and YouTube channel memberships for even more content if that is your thing. Check out Sir Paul 64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. Of course, conveniently enough, the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero Ultimate, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I'm solid gold.